for State Senator, District 25.
Good afternoon and thank you. What a trooper we have here, isn't it? I mean, the whole team here is fantastic. And all of you, and there's only 63 more people to go. I'll tell you, this is great. My name is Yuko. I'm an 8-year state representative. Prior to that, I was with the Laborers Union. I carry a union books to this day. It's 40 years in existence. That helped me define who I am, what I believe in, what I fight for, and why I want to go back down to Columbus. You know, after 8 years in the Columbus State House, my second day out, I think I was contacted by a local newspaper, and they said, what was your best day and what was your worst day in Columbus? I said, well, I can answer the worst day, because that's the easiest question in the world. That was my last day, because I knew I wasn't going back. And my heart was breaking, because I absolutely loved what I did. We had the opportunity to help an awful lot of people, and we did just that. We brought new sound barriers, we brought wind turbines, we brought schools, we brought jobs. Some people may disagree with me, but we brought casinos. I wrote the legislation for that. I served on the conference committee. Now what does that mean? That means that as chairman of the conference committee, you have to get Democrats and Republicans from the Ohio House and Democrats and Republicans from the Ohio Senate to agree on one piece of legislation that they can take back to their two respective bodies and have everyone agree upon it. I can assure you that was probably the hardest thing I had to do in my entire time in the State House and serving as your state representative. What can we do as a state senator? Our odds are to be stacked against us. There's 33 senators and only 10 Democrats down there. But what I did best, I think, in the 8 years I served in the Ohio House was I worked with both sides of the aisle. I think that can be best described as the fact that since I've been out of office, I have passed 3 pieces of legislation that I helped introduce when I was in office, reintroduced by Republicans because they felt it was the right thing to do. We did that, and we're very proud of it. And I helped so many people, and I'm going to be told to stop, so I'm going to look for a question. Maybe a question to help me answer that last part.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Does anything need to be changed about the state's contracting or procurement policy to prevent unethical practices of elected officials?
Holy cow. In a minute? Are you serious? We're going to have, wow. I don't even know where to begin with this. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do in Columbus. You know, I think you've seen what's happened in Columbus. You've seen what's happened when we've had political parties go disarray, and we have. You can see what happens when you have one political party take full control with either the full statewide offices in the Ohio House and the Ohio Senate. You can see how people's rights, whether they be voters' rights, women's rights, workers' rights, get trampled on day in and day out. You can see what happens when one party does not want to listen, and they want to listen not to the voters that they promised to respond to when they're campaigning and when they're getting elected, but they campaign to their political directors, and we can't let that always happen. We have to do a better job. We have to find ways to make sure that we create an environment that we best represent every single Ohioan to the best of our ability.
Thank you.
In wrapping up, let me just say this. You know what? In my career as a state representative, I did some of the tough things. One of the things I did in my first term in office, I introduced stem cell research. I was told I was going to get attacked, and boy, they did. You know, they came after me with a 21-gun salute aimed right at my head. And what I did at that particular point was I never gave up, I never gave in, I kept moving forward. And what happened is just very recently, a few weeks ago, I got to spend a lovely morning with my good friend Kim Sellers. She is currently going under experimental treatment with stem cells. That, you know what, if that can help one person in this world, and if that one person can be Kim Sellers, because I love that woman, I love what she stands for, I love her persistence, I love the fact that, you know what, she has got a terrible disease, it's basically taken away her life from her chin down, but that doesn't slow her down, that doesn't stop her, that doesn't silence her. She has become a strong voice, an advocate, and an example for all of us to follow. I, for one, want to follow Kim Sellers and continue to fight for people like she fights for those with multiple sclerosis. I have multiple sclerosis myself, so I certainly appreciate everything that Kim Sellers is doing for us. I want to thank everybody up here. You guys are fantastic. Hope I can get your endorsement again. Really appreciate it. You guys have a great day. 63 more people to go. They'll hopefully be faster than you. Thank you. God bless.